If you have been on YouTube for more than 5 seconds, you know how important creating an eye-catching thumbnail can be. As creatives, we tend to worry about the quality of the video, good lighting, and even good audio, but the truth is none of that matters if people aren't clicking on your video. So today I'm going to share with you my favorite way to create quality thumbnails for your videos, and the best part, you know that this way works because today we are making the thumbnail that you clicked on for this video. So let's dive in, but before we do, please help me out by liking this video and consider subscribing. With that said, let's go. All right, so let's make this thumbnail. Step number one, you're gonna wanna go to canva.com. Canva is a great place to make logos, YouTube thumbnails, presentations, whatever you're trying to make. Canva probably has your back. So we're gonna go top right here to create a design. We're gonna select YouTube thumbnail. It's gonna open up a blank canvas for us to work with, but if you're ever at a lack for creativity, Canva's got your back. They have all of these pre-made thumbnails that you can use, and then you can change the words, change the photos, make it your own. They just help get the ball rolling as far as the creativity, but for today, we're just gonna go with the blank canvas and choose a color for it. So I like to use this light blue because it tends to stand out on YouTube where everything's white and red. Having something blue tends to stand out, but because I'm trying to do something different for this and something very simple, we're gonna go with black here because black will make any words that we put on this thumbnail stand out. So then, if you've been around YouTube for more than 5 minutes, you know that the thumbnails that get the most clicks are those that have someone's face in it, someone's expression, some photo of people laughing, something like that. And so I suggest when you're making your video to just take a second to take a photo of yourself and the item you're talking about, or take a photo of yourself like pointing to the words in your thumbnail. Just be thinking of your thumbnail from the very beginning of creating your video. But I have a photo that I've uploaded on here that we're gonna use today. It's me holding my Canon camera. And so we're just gonna move my photo to the left-hand side here. Now you can see my background isn't all that great. It's not something that I'd necessarily want in the thumbnail. So this is where Canva gets pretty cool. If you hit edit image here, it gives us the option to remove the background from this photo. Now this is a paid service for Canva's monthly subscription, but if you don't want to subscribe to their service, you can get around this by just Googling a background remover, and you should be able to find something that removes the background from your photos, and then you can come back to Canva for the rest of this tutorial. But I use Canva just about every day, so I'm already subscribed to it because it's well worth it. So we're just gonna click background remover, and you're gonna see it's gonna take a second, but then it's gonna analyze the photo and take away anything that's not me or what's in my hands. Okay, so it's carved out my photo, and it's just me here, but you can see on this black background, it's kind of hard to see what's going on. I kind of look one-dimensional here. So we want to make me look three-dimensional, kind of stepping out of the thumbnail almost by adding some color around me. So we're going to come up here to elements, and you'll see this option for lines and shapes, graphics, photos, videos. We're gonna go with lines and shapes. This square right here seems like the perfect addition to my thumbnail. And we're just gonna take it kind of over my photo and just stretch it out to completely cover my person. And then I like to rotate it to give it kind of an edge in the thumbnail. I usually rotate it roughly 12 degrees, but that's just personal taste. You can rotate it more or less than that. And let's take this whole rectangle and just kind of put it in the bottom left corner here like that. Let's stretch it out some more so that it covers the entire box of our thumbnail. And then I'm gonna go with that light blue I told you about earlier that I like on my channel. Look at that, black and blue, that's gonna be a statement. And then of course we need my photo to show. It's currently hidden behind the rectangle. So we're just gonna click on the rectangle, come up here to the top right and hit position, and just push the rectangle back till my photo comes back. Now you can see my photo looks kind of small compared to the entire thumbnail. So we're just going to continue to make my photo bigger until it kind of fits. I don't need the whole photo in frame, so you can see that I'm going to cut off my legs here a little bit. But as long as my face is clearly seen, even on a mobile phone where it's going to be a very, very tiny thumbnail, then that's perfect. I'm going to choose to kind of have the photo of me hang out of this rectangle so it gets that three-dimensional look again. And then one last thing we can do with this photo to make it even more three-dimensional, come back up here to edit image, and then you have the option for shadows. Normally it will be down here your first time, but since I've already used it, Canva's suggesting it to me again up top. So if we select shadows, you have all these different shadows to choose from, like a glow behind you, a drop shadow, and the drop shadow is what we're gonna use today, so I'm gonna click on that. And you can see that it's gonna process and then give me a little bit of a shadow behind myself, which is nice, but I like to edit this just a little bit more, make the shadow a little bit blurrier, maybe make it a little bit more of a obvious shadow behind me. That's pretty good. Okay, and then I'm gonna actually change this box behind me if it will let me. Let me move the photo out of the way. I'm gonna make the box a little bit more skinny. That way my photo can hang out of it just a little bit more. And we'll put the photo right back in, just like that. I'm gonna skim it down a little bit since our rectangle's not as big now. And there we go. Nice little drop shadow, three-dimensional look on that. So now, of course, we need the words for the thumbnail. That's what's gonna draw people to this image, other than obviously a picture of myself. So we need to add some text. So we're gonna come over here, hit text. Again, Canva is perfect with helping you with suggestions in case you don't know what kind of text your thumbnail needs. But for this video, we're just gonna add a basic heading. And I'm gonna label this thumbnail Create Clickable Thumbnails. So I'm just gonna type Create Clickable Thumbnails. Perfect. And then we need to edit this text to be maybe a more creative font, maybe a larger size. So we're gonna start with the font. I like Anton. There's over 100 fonts to choose from, so you'll find one that works perfect for you. I suggest Anton maybe for yours as well. And then we need to make the text take up a good chunk of our thumbnail. So I'm gonna bump this up to maybe like 110 or so. And then once it's at 110, we're gonna move it to fit our thumbnail a little bit better than where it currently is. So I'm just moving that up here. You can see our thumbnail starting to come together pretty nicely. So I'm just gonna move that towards the top. And then in the same way that I made my picture stand out by giving it a three-dimensional look, we're gonna do the same with the text here. So I'm gonna click on the text, and then we're gonna copy and paste duplicate of the text. So if you hit Control-C for copy and Control-V for paste, you'll see it just made a second layer of the same text. And we're gonna make that second layer the same blue as before. And now if you see, it's starting to give us that 3D effect. So I'm just gonna put it right on top of the other one. And then you have an option which way you want this 3D. I like it to the left like this, but perhaps you want it to look more three-dimensional by putting it above the original text or below the original text. But to keep it easy, I'm just gonna do it to the left a little bit there like that. And you can see this thumbnail already looks pretty good. We could stop there, but I have one more thing I want to add to this. So it's been proven that other than someone's face in a thumbnail, another thing that draws a lot of clicks is arrows on the screen or arrows in the thumbnail. So we're just gonna add one arrow for intrigue. If we come back over here to elements, you'll see, again, lines and shapes, graphics, photos, whatever. And if you type up here, mouse click, which you can see I've already done, you'll get all these different mouse clicks to choose from. I like this one right here, so we're gonna go with that. And you can see it shows the wrong color for this thumbnail. That's not really gonna stand out, so we need to change the color to white, just like that. Then I'm gonna put this little click guy right below the word thumbnails. So I think I'm gonna position it right about there, just like that. And then in the same way we're making everything else 3D on this screen, we're gonna copy and paste this. So again, that's Control-Z or Control-C, Control-V. We have that second layer. Let's make it that bright blue again. Just have to select it in bright blue. And then if we just take it over it like we did with the text, we should be able to get that 3D effect again. Just like that. And if it doesn't quite go where you want it to, you can use your arrow keys to inch it in to what looks best to you. Okay, so with that, I think that's a pretty good thumbnail. That's probably what you guys clicked on to watch this video. So if this helped you out, if you never knew how to use Canva or you weren't quite sure how to make a thumbnail and this video helped, make sure to like it, make sure to subscribe for more content like this, and I will see you guys in the next video.